Tonight, a pair of aces will be on display at the Trop. For Tampa Bay, right-hander James Shields, in the midst of the best season of his career, ranking third in the American League in strikeouts, fifth in earned run average. New York counters with their ace left-hander CC Sabathia, leading the American League with 14 wins and a microscopic 0.45 ERA over his past 5 starts. Which ace will prevail? We'll find out how the cards fall on Sun Sports. Tonight we welcome you to Tropicana Field as the Rays wrap up a 7-game homestand with Boston and New York in. This the final of 4 against the New York Yankees. And as we take a look at the AL East standings brought to you by New Degree Men, Everest, Boston leading New York by a game and a half, and the Rays 8 back, equaling their largest deficit of the year in the American League East. Hi again, everyone. Welcome to an evening of Rays baseball with Brian Anderson. I'm Dwayne Stats. Great to have you with us. Todd Callis will be joining us in just a few moments. Well, aces indeed. These two teams sending 2 men to the mound with aces up their sleeves. The right-hander James Shields, the left-hander CC Sabathia.
And how about the last time these two hooked up? I mean, does it get any better as far as a pitcher's duel? I mean, these guys both go complete game. James Shields very sharp with all of his pitches, much like he's done all year long. He established the fastball early, both sides of the plate, elevated when he wanted to, had the good changeup. He was outstanding all day until that 7th inning. Robinson Cano led off that inning with a base hit, ended up going to third on an errant throw, and then scored the game's only run right there on an errant pickoff throw. The only mistake of the day by James Shields really was the pickoff throw, and it cost him. That would be all that this man would need. I mean, both of these guys, actually Shields and Sabathia, just gave up the 4 hits, but Sabathia no runs, struck out 9. He was absolutely dominant in that game with the fastball, with the breaking ball, the occasional changeup. He would reach back when he needed a little bit extra, get it up there 96, 97 miles an hour. That was his 6th straight win. Well, guess what? He won his last time out, so now he's riding a 7-game winning streak.
And so this is the rematch of that game played the day before the All-Star break. This pitching matchup brought to you by Coventry Healthcare. CC Sabathia, the Major League's leading winner. He is 14-4. And on the hill, James Shields for the Rays, 8-8. Casey at the bat. He is among the league leaders, officially qualifying now. And when we come back, Todd Callis previews the return of Casey Kotchman.
Thursday Night Baseball. Rays and the Yankees wrapping up this homestand, then on to 3 cities and 10 games after tonight. The Rays would love to win, to go away on a winning note. Casey Kotchman has been a big part of this homestand where the Rays have won their 2 games. He is hitting .360 on the homestand with a home run, a double, a triple, and 4 runs batted in. He's also walked a couple of times, and another infield hit in last night's game. Casey now with 11 infield hits on the year, leading the Rays in that department. Actually, that infield hit was a couple of days ago. Either way, he's hitting .337, trailing Adrian Gonzalez in second place in the American League. He qualified with those 4 plate appearances in last night's game. Beforehand, we caught up with Joe Madden and Derek Shelton in our Geico quotes of the game to talk about the lefty hitting first baseman.
Well, first, I'm really happy for him. Casey's really kind of reinvented himself this year. Made some nice adjustments with his batting style and stroke during spring training. At the beginning of the season, wasn't getting a whole lot of playing time, then eventually does. He's been a big part of our team, period, offensively, defensively. He's been consistent, solid there every day.
You know, it's a credit to him. He worked very hard. He started working once we signed him in the offseason. We were fortunate because he lives in Tampa and I live here, so we were able to get together a little bit. And he took it into spring training and is taking it in the season. So very excited for him and just, you know, fighting to maintain where he's at.
So there he is, 3 minutes and exactly 3 minutes to go till the first pitch. Casey Kotchman, the rest of the Rays ready to roll. New York Yankees, the opponent, it'll be James Shields against CC Sabathia in high definition. Enjoy all the action coming up next right here on Sun Sports.
Is brought to you by AutoWay. AutoWay, part of Auto Nation, the largest automotive retailer in the country. So we can do big things. By Coventry Healthcare of Florida, lighting the way to better health. By Tires Plus, the plus is in everything we do. And by AT&T. We're back at the Trop. Game 4 of this series on tap. The Rays 3-5 in the season series against New York. Trying to get out of town with win number 3 on this homestand. Currently 2-4. The New York lineup finds Brett Gardner in the leadoff spot. Granderson getting the night off. Derek Jeter hits second. Teixeira third with Robinson Cano cleanup. Swisher in right. Jorge Posada is the DH. Martin will do the catching. Eduardo Nunez at third, and Chris Dickerson will hit ninth. He'll play left field.
Making the start tonight for the Tampa Bay Rays, right-hander James Shields. It'll be his 21st start of the season. You see already with the 7 complete games, that leads baseball. 8-8 record, 2.60 earned run average. Actually, James Shields has dropped his last 4 starts. 0-4 with a 4.00 earned run average in that stretch.
So he faces the New York Yankees, against whom he is 3-10 overall in 17 starts. He leads the major leagues in complete games with 7. And here's Brett Gardner to lead it off. He's playing center field, and he puts down a bunt, rolls it foul. Picked up in foul territory by Evan Longoria. 7-11. First pitch tonight.
Makes me want a slushie.
Ready to be aggressive, Brett. Ready to be aggressive, baby.
Or get maybe a new pair of shoes. A strike to count. Gardner hitting .291. A popper. Left side. This is Johnson out from shortstop. Elliott makes the catch. 1 away.
Now let's take a look at the Rays defense as it lines up behind Shields. Left to right in the outfield, Sam Fuld, B.J. Upton, and Justin Ruggiano. Across the infield, third to first, Evan Longoria, Elliott Johnson, Sean Rodriguez, and Casey Kochman. Kelly Shopik behind the plate. Tonight's Rays defense is brought to you by Sweet Bay Supermarket, home of the Sweet Spot.
Well, Derek Jeter in the number 2 spot. Jeter has been leading off throughout this series, but with Gardner leading off down in the number 2 position. He goes after the first pitch and bounces it foul. That's a strike.
You see so many pitchers try to attack Derek Jeter in on his hands. He's got that inside-out swing. Every once in a while, he'll try to jump you, ambush you, and get the head out on that pitch. But that late movement there by Shields.
And he shoots it foul up the right side. Out of play. That's a pretty patented move there by Jeter.
Yeah, I mean, how many of the 3,000-plus hits that he has gone out into right field, right center? He is so adept at pushing the ball that way. That's why if you pitch away from him, he can shoot it out there with the barrel. And sometimes even when you pitch him in, he can push that ball out into right center field. Seen too many of those.
This one is low, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, Jeter's been in that leadoff spot most of the year. This is the 10th start he's made, hitting out of the second spot. And he starts the night 1 behind Wade Boggs on the all-time hit list. He finished his career with 3,010. It's a 2-2 count. Shields just missed. Jeter laying off, and the count is full. Jeter sends it up the right side. That's a foul ball. Ruggiano hustling over there, but not high enough to give him time enough to make a play on it.
Well, Ruggiano was guarding that right field line very well. You see the ball off the bat. A little inside out swing. That ball slicing away from Ruggiano, a little bit short. And plenty foul.
So another 3-2 pitch from Shields to Jeter on its way. And it's down. A fastball a little low. And he walks Jeter.
Well, that was a tough at-bat there by Derek Jeter, and for James Shields. He jumped out ahead of him 0-2. Missed with a changeup, a fastball, another changeup. He fights off a fastball, and then he comes back. James Shields trying to close him out with that fastball in. Just doesn't hit his spot.
Well, here's Mark Teixeira. Third in the league in home runs. Sixth in runs batted in. The pitch is too low to him. What Jeter did in that at bat, what he does so well, and that is extend an at bat even when he's down. He'll foul pitches off, somehow stay alive up there until he can either draw the walk or find the pitch that he, more times than not, might shoot into right. Teixeira fouls it. It's out of play, and the count is 1-1. Rays with the shift employed here. Longoria alone on the left side, with Elliott Johnson scooting over to the first base side of second from shortstop. Now the 1-1. In a bit. 2 balls and a strike. Two and two now to Teixeira.
Hey, Dwayne, I'm getting breaking word that last foul ball, earlier foul ball by Teixeira, as you take a look at the little slider cutter, that was a cutter down and in, had the look of a slider. That made it into the press box, that there was ketchup and mustard added to it, and that foul ball was consumed.
Disappeared.
Yep.
2 ground ball first. Kochman grabs it. Out at second, and there will be no return throw. Longoria looking to make the attempt at a double play, but could not cleanly get that out of his glove and away. So Jeter, the lead runner, is retired. 3-5 on the put out at second base.
Now Kochman with the feed right there, and you see Evan had to reach down and to his glove side. This hit perfectly for Kochman. The feed a little bit to the outside, and you see Evan Longoria not really sure right there as he corralled that baseball. Didn't go into the glove cleanly, couldn't get it out cleanly.
Well, one you would have liked to have seen the Rays turn to get the double play, because you don't want to give this New York lineup an extra out in any inning. That's exactly what happens with Cano now stepping in.
Especially this guy who's had a lot of success off Shields.
And he swings and misses the pitch. That's a strike. Yes, he has. He's hitting over 380 lifetime against Shields, with 3 career home runs against him. Teixeira's at first, 2 outs. The ground ball, that's going to be stopped by Rodriguez. Up in the throw to first. Not quite in time. Rodriguez playing very deep at second base and moving to his right, stopped it, but could not get the throw away in time, and that's going to be a base hit.
Now, that was eerily similar to the base hit that Cano had in the last 2 times these guys got together at Yankee Stadium in the top of the 7th inning. The backdoor off speed, ground ball up the middle. Nice knockdown there by Rodriguez. Does everything he can. Bang, bang play, but Cano's able to beat it. The fact that he was even able to make that a bang, bang play, pretty remarkable. I thought Cano should have been there.
Well, and the play continues as the Rays' inability to get out of the inning on a double play now giving the Yankees a 2-men on, 2-men out situation, and the first pitch to Swisher is a curveball that misses. 1 ball, no strikes. Swisher with 50 runs batted in on the year, and is out front of the changeup. It's 1-1. Swisher not with a necessarily impressive average against Shields, just .217. He has 5 hits off him, and 3 have been home runs. 2 balls and a strike. Most of his success this year from the right side. Time granted by Alfonso Marquez, the plate umpire. Two and two. Pitch up with just a little movement at the end.
Yeah, that's the cutter. Shields for the longest time like that pitch a lot to the lefties as far as backdooring it. More and more recently, he's throwing that ball in on them. See, that was just a pitch that Swisher pulled off of. He got it above his bat.
Ground ball headed toward the middle, but Johnson's there defensing him perfectly to make the play. Swisher is out of there. The Yankees leave 2, do not score. And Ben Zobrist will open the bottom of the first for the Rays. The first inning, no score. New York leaving 2 men on. Ben Zobrist will lead it off, followed by Sean Rodriguez and Evan Longoria. Upton, Ruggiano, and Shopik down the middle. Casey Kotzman hit 7th in front of Elliott Johnson and Sam Cole.
Making the start tonight for the New York Yankees is left-hander CC Sabathia. 22nd start of the season, 2 complete games, leads the majors with 14 wins. 2.64 earned run average. He's riding a 7-game winning streak and actually has won 11 of his last 12 starts. He's been dominating.
He's 14-4, and he's 6th in the American League in earned run average. You're right, he just dominated every team he's pitched against except Boston. The pitch is high to Ben Zobrist. So how could he be one of the last guys named to the All-Star team?
That's what I wondered.
Wow.
That this guy was an after the fact, an add-on, like, oh, by the way, hey, this guy in New York doing big things.
Yeah, this guy's been great. 1-1, really tough. And for the Rays, how about this? Here you go. They've been shut out 9 out of their last 42 games, and 3 of their last 7 they've been shut out. Coming off last night's shutout. So who do you get to face? Probably the best pitcher going in the American League, and some people could argue in the major leagues, and there's some pretty good ones out there.
I would argue in the major leagues right now. Here's our Toyota trend. Look at this. 5-0 record. He's given up 2 earned runs in almost 40 innings. You do the math, it's an ERA of .45, 50 strikeouts.
And he's ahead of Ben Zobrist, 1-2. Swing and a fly ball lifted into left for Dickerson. He's got it. One away. And one more thing about CC Sabathia.
What would that be?
I'm going to tell you right now.
You'd say
It's his 31st birthday, and look at those numbers in 2 starts he's made in his career on his birthday. Now that is a statistic to cite.
So you're saying the Rays have a chance. And by the way, if you high finger me like that again, let me tell you something.
What's trademark infringement or what? Here's Sean Rodriguez. He swings and sends a high fly ball to center. Gardner's after this one making the call, and he tracks it down. 2 gone.
Well, let's take a look at the Yankee defense left to right in the outfield. Chris Dickerson, Brett Gardner, and Nick Swisher across the infield, third to first. Eduardo Nunez, Derek Jeter, Robinson Cano, Mark Teixeira, Russell Martin behind the plate. Tonight's Yankee defense brought to you by Sweet Bay Supermarket, home of, that's right, the Sweet Spot.
2 gone with the bases empty. Here's Evan Longoria. Evan at 232. 1-0. Evan with a couple career home runs against Sabathia. And he picks up a strike there away from the right-handed hitting Longoria. It's 1-1.
I think the other thing that's remarkable about Sabathia's run, and you go back on those 12 starts that he's made, that he's won 11 of.
There's a shot. Deep to left. That baby's got a chance. Gone. Home run for Evan Longoria. And the Rays take a 1-0 lead. Longoria's 12th home run of the year.
Well, Dwayne, in finishing my thought, I was going to say that 12-start stretch where he's won 11, he's given up exactly 2 home runs. So let's make it 3 now.
And for Longoria, his 3rd home run lifetime against Sabathia. So tonight the Rays jump out in front.
Breaking ball, absolute hanger. Longoria sees that ball, waits back just a tick, keeps his hands back, and explodes through it, hits it out of the yard.
It's only the 6th home run he's given up all year. BJ lines one into right. It's going to stay up for Swisher, who makes the catch, and the Rays are out in the 1st. But they get a run. Evan Longoria belts a 1-1 pitch into the left field stands. And at the end of an inning, it's 1-0 Tampa Bay.
On the Evan Longoria home run, Well, tonight's game is available in Espanol via secondary audio programming brought to you by Coventry Healthcare of Florida.
And the Rays are already out in front, 1-0 on the Evan Longoria home run. On to the second we go, and Jorge Posada is going to lead off.
Speaking about something else that'll come at you in Espanol, and that's the starting pitcher, Wago G. He's got Big Game James.
Wago G is sort of his own personal SAP.
S.A.? P?
The pitch to Posada inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Posada hitting .224. It's 1-1. Posada getting a new bat. But that one splintered a little bit. Shields and Price, teammates, the most combined strikeouts. Shields starting the night with 145, third in the league, and together 282. Leading the American League. Lee and Halladay, same number over in the National League for the Phillies. A 2-1 count. It's a foul ball headed for the stands, 3 rows back.
Well, neither one of these starting pitchers like to waste a whole lot of time and pitches. I mean, they get right after it, attack the strike zone. They both have plus stuff, Sabathia and Shields, so they like to pound the zone early and put you away.
Pitch inside and a full count.
Yeah, very close there. Good curveball by James Shields. You know, we've talked about that pitch quite a bit, becoming a later in the count weapon as opposed to an early in the count early strike.
Swing and a miss on the fastball. 3-2 heater. And Shields picks up his first strikeout of the night.
A little bit extra on this one. A little bit elevated in the strike zone. Away from Posada. Tough pitch to get on top of. See, there it is, the four-seamer up above the belt and up above the bat, more importantly.
There's Russell Martin. Pitch is outside. Martin at .217, but with 10 home runs. It's a high foul. And that ball is a dead ball. It hit part of the rigging up there off of the catwalk in foul territory. And even though that ball might be caught on the carom down, it's a dead ball when it hits in that vicinity. Just a foul ball, and the count is 1-1. Two and 1.
It's like when you used to play in the basement and you'd hit that ball off the chair over in the corner, the recliner.
Yep.
It was immediately dead.
Yep.
Just a little bit outside of foul territory.
This one is down. But the low ceilings in the basement were fun. You could make a lot of diving catches.
Yeah. Oh,
balls
yeah.
That were misdirected.
Yep. And the little, you know, the little ledge where all the knickknacks were, that was the little outfield wall.
Yep, there's ball 4 inside. So Martin draws a walk. Yeah, you'd beat yourself up pretty good making those catches on the concrete floor.
Yeah.
Stumble up the basement stairs.
Always replacing the carpeting down there, trying to get the right mix. Yeah.
Same thing here. The Rays have new carpet. They're trying to get the right mix. See if it's too slow, too fast.
I thought we were talking about here.
Here's Eduardo Nunez. It's a foul ball out of play up the right side. Strike one. Nunez playing third in the absence of Alex Rodriguez. Rodriguez gone for 4 to 6 weeks. Knee surgery. A pop-up right side. Kochman is right there in foul territory, making the catch just about a step and a half off the bag. 2 outs. Chris Dickerson, who's out there in left field tonight, hitting in the 9th spot, comes on to hit. Dickerson is at Scranton at 226 there. This is his 3rd stint with the Yankees this year. Which is foul out of play. Curtis Granderson hit the home run last night, but he's had a tough series. He's been hit by a couple pitches.
Yeah, fastball here. Hellickson yanked it, got him right on top of the foot by the ankle. That doesn't feel good, but oh man. I mean, that, talk about not feeling good. The sound of that sounds like he swung at it, made solid contact. That is a sickening sound.
Swing and a miss by Dickerson, and the count now is 0-2. I mean, he did hit a home run, but he's had trouble tracking balls in the roof of the Trop, and then he's been hit a couple of times. And the kind of year he's had such a great season for New York. Joe Girardi gives him the night off, and you can't blame him. So Dickerson's in there in left, and Gardner's moved over to play center. It's low, blocked by Chopik. Kelly quickly making that stop and jumping on that loose ball
like it was a pork chop.
Well seasoned pork chop.
I'm telling you, you've seen that a lot from Kelly Chopik this year.
Yep.
He blocks balls. I mean, he gets out of that crouch in a hurry and gets to him quick. And the way the Yankees have been running this series, he had better.
Pitch is down. 2-2. They're the second leading team in the league in steals with 96. You think, well, not that Martin would be going, but you know, he's 7 out of 8 in the stolen base department. Even their catcher is running.
Yeah, he picks his spots. Now, you're not going to run on James Shields more than likely. He's done a great job of controlling the running game. Teams are 0 for 3. He's got the 10 pickoffs, which leads Major League Baseball. But then also, you've got a guy behind the plate tonight, Kelly Chopik, who's a better catch and throw guy than Robinson Chirinos is right now, who the Yankees, quite frankly, took some liberties with the last couple of nights.
Yeah, Chopik has really done a nice job in the throwing department. And right there, he catches that one, called strike 3. That's all he had to do to receive a very good pitch from Shields to catch Dickerson looking. We go to the bottom half of inning 2, and the Rays lead 1-0.
It's the Rays over the Yankees on a solo home run by Evan Longoria in tonight's game and all season long. Tires Plus will donate $100 to the Pediatric Cancer Foundation for every Tampa Bay Rays home run televised on Sun Sports and Fox Sports Florida.
Justin Ruggiano stepping in. He'll be followed by Kelly Shopping. And then Casey Kochman. First pitch is down. 1 ball, no strikes. Ruggiano hitting .267. This one is wide, 2-0. Takes a strike. 2-1. Rays on the board with Longoria's home run. Fly ball, right center field. Swisher is there though, in line with the 370 marker. That's the first out here in the second inning. Let's check in with Todd Callis. Todd?
Dwayne, you guys were talking about the cat-like quickness Kelly Shopping showed, pouncing on that ball right in front of the plate. Well, could be the shoes. Kelly is debuting a new pair of Reeboks. They're the Zig athletic shoe that Reebok turned into a cleat. He was pretty fired up about it. He is debuting them here at the big league level. He's going to try and zig when the other guys zag. So we'll find out if it adds to his speed tonight, gentlemen.
Well, we'll keep an eye on that.
Well, look good on the bounce from out behind home plate.
See if the zigzag can turn Shopping into a burner on the bases. Pitch is foul, out of play. Strike one. Kelly with 5 home runs on the year. He's in there against this tough left-hander Sabathia. .239 against lefties. He pops it up. Foul ball, and it's going to be out of play.
Well, the one advantage that Kelly Shopping has, however small it may be, is he's caught Sabathia. So he understands that what he likes to do, how he likes to attack certain types of hitters, what his stuff looks like, better than probably anybody else in that Rays dugout. Now, hitting it is a completely different undertaking. However,
as a pitcher, did you have that opportunity
to throw to a former catcher?
Yeah, face guys.
I hated it.
Caught you, and I was going to ask your reaction to that, how you felt. Fly ball, lifted into center. Gardner waits for it, makes the grab. You didn't like it.
I didn't like it. You always tell yourself, though, regardless, in those situations, you feel like, hey, if I make my pitch, I'll get anybody out. If I keep it where I want to, and execute, I'm going to get anybody out. However, that being said, a guy who's seen that many pitches come out of your hand, he knows your release point, he knows the sink, the tail, the break, he knows every little thing about you. If there's any little quirk in your delivery, he knows it. So, yeah, it's a little bit unnerving. That's why you got to try to keep it simple out there on the mound and just execute the pitch one at a time.
There's Casey Kochman. Pitch is a strike. Well, Casey is second in the American League in hitting at .337, and he qualifies to be listed among the league leaders. And as such, he's also 6th in the league in on-base percentage. Been a resurgent year for him. And he hits a little number right back to the mound here. And Sabathia with a soft toss to first retires the Rays 1-2-3. We go to the third. 1-0 Tampa Bay.
Rays week. It's kind of like Sharks week that we've had to go through with the Yankees, Red Sox, Yankees. Think about all the games that we've lost that could have gone either way. And so you get to this point, everybody says, well, the Rays aren't doing that. Well, we're not in a sense, but not doing too badly either. 1-0 loss, 1-0 loss, 4-0 loss. Other games, the 4-2 game, they came from behind and beat us. All these games are really razor thin that could go the other way. We got to make them go the other way.
Yeah, it has been tough. There's absolutely no question about that. 5 of the last 8 games the Rays have played have been decided by 1 run, and they've won only 1 of those 5 games. So it's been a frustrating stretch for Joe Maddon and the Rays. And this series against both these clubs, New York and Boston, I mean, you talk about some high-powered offense, and the Rays pitching. The Rays ERA is .334 against the Yankees this year, and .308 against the Red Sox. So they've done a great job of pitching. And the offensive side, you know, they've been outscored by about a half a run a game. Yeah, that's first pitch to Gardner, and it's a strike. And look at Shields against the East. I mean, that pretty much that's a reflection of the Rays' season against these two clubs.
Yeah,
3 and 4, but with an earned run average of barely over 2. 0-2 the count to Gardner. Like
Joe said, it's that very little margin, you know, for error. And you're talking about the pitching staff and what they've been able to do against those two powerhouses. I mean, you've got the Yankees, who lead Major League Baseball in home runs, and the Boston Red Sox, who lead, I think, in every other category offensively.
Yeah, between the two clubs, they've got the offense covered
all the way through. You're absolutely right. And now even the Yankees they're going to lead the league in home runs, and they're also going to add the fact that they're willing to run now. And they've got guys who can do it. So a lot of different threats, and so to be that successful, you would hope for a better record against those teams. But it has been the offensive woes.
2 balls and 2 strikes. And the Rays have averaged right around 3 runs a game against the Yankees, and the Yankees have averaged only a little more than 3.5 runs a game against the Rays. And the Yankees came into this series averaging over 5 runs a game. I mean, you have 2 teams, essentially the only 2 teams in the American League to really consistently be over 5 runs a game this year would be Boston and New York, and the Rays have just pitched great against those 2 clubs. The offense has struggled. Well, what a job the defense and pitching have turned in. Upton takes care of the fly ball from Gardner. So Gardner is the first out in the 3rd. Derek Jeter will bat. Shields walked Jeter in the 1st inning. Chops one to the right side. Nice big hop for Sean Rodriguez, and he throws him out. 2 gone.
Now pitchers, they love a couple of things. Number 1 is a ground ball double play, and another one is a 1-pitch out, and 1-pitch easy out. Good execution there, and you get the ground ball by Jeter. 2 up, 2 down.
Shields wanted to do baseball, and Mark Teixeira is going to be the hitter. How about that? You know, some pitchers would love to keep that ball. Might have added a little scuff on it. But you see very few pitchers now who keep that ball. They'll as likely as not ask for a new one. That's a good ball. They just got Jeter out on an easy ground ball.
Yeah.
1-1 to count to Teixeira.
Obviously not a very superstitious guy out on the mound. Yeah, you're right, though. Some of these balls that come back with scuff marks on them, that don't get thrown out of the game, can really use that to your advantage out of the mound.
Down and in, curveball, and the count is 2-1.
It's pretty remarkable how you hold that scuff mark on the side of the baseball, how much you can get it to move.
Foul ball, it's 2-2.
Which is precisely the reason
that you'd want it. You want to keep it.
That you would want to keep it, and why they get thrown out.
Yeah, but if you're a pitcher, don't give that up voluntarily. Fly ball center field. BJ back a few steps. He's got it. 1, 2, 3. Bottom of the third coming. And the Rays lead 1-0.
Evan Longoria, first inning home run, leading 1-0, heading to the bottom of the third, but runs have been tough to come by, especially here at Tropicana Field, which leads us to our Auto Text poll question of the evening. What should the Rays do to jumpstart the O? TB1, a better approach. TB2, trade for a bat, the deadline a week from Sunday. TB3, call up from the minor leagues. And TB4, a more consistent lineup. You can text your vote to 789-789, standard message and data rates apply. A couple guys rocking out there in the dugout. Guys, back to you.
All right, Todd, thank you very much. And Elliott Johnson leads out the bottom of the third. And a bunt, that's a strike. Number 8 hitter tonight, Elliott. He'll be followed by Sam Fold, and then the top of the order, Ben Zobrist. Strike on the corner. Rays facing CC Sabathia tonight. Johnson is out on strikes. Pitch biting down and in, and that's the first strikeout for Sabathia. Let's take a look at the American League leaderboard in wins. Sabathia leading the majors for that matter with 14. Weaver won today, so he has 13, moving ahead of Verlander. Tomlin with 11 over in Cleveland. Now Sam Fold in here against Sabathia. It's too low. This is the 22nd career start for Sabathia against the Rays. Gone 9-5, but really up until that gem he threw against the Rays leading up to the All-Star break. Since coming to the Yankees, he has had problems with the Rays. 2-4 since becoming a member of this Yankee staff in 09. And it's 3-0.
They're having trouble finding the strike zone here to Sam Fold. It's one of those Rays that you enjoy seeing on base because of his speed. He's a good base runner. He can steal a bag. He forces the pitcher to pay attention to him.
There's a strike. 3-1. Sabathia. And the toss to first. Quick reaction there by Sabathia on the chopper by Fuld. 2 up, 2 down.
Sabathia showing some quick hands there. Sam Fuld making a bid, trying to get it over the head of Sabathia and use his speed, but not able to do so. Tall lefty reaching up there and making the play. And he had that ball in his glove before Sam Fuld got out of the batter's box.
Ben Zobrist. Line drive, and there's a base hit. First pitch fastball, and Ben was right there ready for it. Lined it into center.
Sam Fuld Ben Zobrist taking the aggressive approach, not letting Sabathia get into the count where he can bring in the off speed, the changeup, the slider. He picks out a first pitch mistake out over the plate, lines it right back up the middle. Rays with a 2-out base run.
Sean Rodriguez up here. There's a fastball, and it's a strike call.
A little slide step there by Sabathia, changing up his motion, time to the plate, not going with the high leg kick.
And that's a ball down. You can see Rodriguez shorting on the bat as that pitch had some biting action on it.
This is a change up, and Sean Rodriguez pulling it back. You know, sometimes when a pitcher's out there and goes with the slide step as opposed to the regular leg kick, you know, a lot of that is to control the running game. However, it can be something that you can really use as a weapon against a hitter.
Yeah, it's a foul ball. You're right, particularly the first couple times you see it.
Yeah.
You're not used to seeing him deliver it out of the slide step. And, you know, the other part of that is sometimes with the slide step, they think, well, you might lose a couple of ticks in velocity, but you make up for it with that quick delivery.
And you know what? And there are a lot of guys with that slide step who won't lose anything. They won't lose any of their stuff. And yeah, you know, every hitter's got a timing mechanism on when he's going to start to set his hands and get his load. And when a pitcher is, you know, leg kick, okay, come home. Now slide step, sometimes you can catch a hitter not ready and sneak something by him. It's almost like almost like that quick pitch type action where you can sneak it in there.
Well, Sabathia threw a 95-mile-per-hour fastball to Zobrist, and then the next pitch was out of the slide step, and it came in at 94, right. So he didn't lose much. And it was even quicker for Rodriguez to deal with. Now it's 2-2 to Sean.
Waiting to see that leg kick, and all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, here it's coming. By then it's too late.
Sean fouls it back. Fastball. Rodriguez came into the game hitting .306 against left-handed pitching, and tonight's lineup, the Rays with Zobrist, he's been up around .270 against left-handed pitching. So Madden with Zobrist and Rodriguez 1-2, hoping that with the average they have against left-handed pitching, that maybe they'd get on base, and Longoria, who hit a solo home run in the first, would have a chance to maybe drive somebody home. Sean takes it too low, and the count is full. Zobrist aboard with a 2-out single here in the third inning. Rodriguez now, after getting behind, has the count all the way out. 3-2, and he lifts a fly ball to right. Swisher. The Rays get a hit, leave a man. We're through 3. It's 1-0 Tampa Bay. game moves into the fourth inning. Time for our AT&T trivia question. Since 1974, which right-handers had the most pickoffs in a single season? Well, you're watching James Shields tonight. He has 10. He has not given up a stolen base this year and has 10 pickoffs. John Danks, the White Sox lefty, next with 6. Robinson Cano will open the fourth. Then Swisher and Posada. Cano has spent the better part of the year hitting 5th in the New York lineup, and that curveball's in there for a strike. He has hit 3rd a couple of times, most of the time 5th, and without Alex Rodriguez in there, he's in the 4th spot. 1-1 the count. Foul. 1-2. That win by Weaver today, by the way, was at home over Texas. And with that, despite that long winning streak the Rangers had, the Angels are now only 3 games back of Texas. The chopper by the mound to second. Sean Rodriguez takes care of that. Cano out of there. Second to first. 1 out.
Well, for all the latest news, in-depth investigative reporting, and sports coverage, sign up for the St. Petersburg Times. And for home delivery, right there, call it 877 The Times.
And here's Nick Swisher batting from the left side. Pitch is a strike. Shields got Swisher on a ground ball to short in the first. It's a foul. 0-2. Shift is on for Swisher. Two-strike pitch. That's low. Shields 8-8 with a 260 yard run average. And he takes care of Swisher. Big swing and a miss, and Swisher is out on strikes.
It looked like Swisher and Kelly Shopik were getting a little do-si-do down there. Look at this curveball. Late action down and out of the zone. That is beautiful. That's what we talked about a little bit earlier about the, there we go, swing that, partner.
It was great traction by Kelly Shopik for a quick start, such that Swisher just gave up.
Well, he zigged and Kelly zagged.
So here's Posada taking a pitch outside. A change up, 1 ball, no strikes.
Then threw up a white flag.
It was pointless.
I'm getting nowhere. You see those shoes?
This one is down and in. 2-0. Here they are. New cleats on the bottoms of those shoes. Line drive into center. That's a base hit. And the ball skips past Upton, but Posada, who makes the turn, hangs on at first. Boy, that could have been very embarrassing for Upton as it skipped by him. Posada hangs on with a base hit.
Yeah, because you figure in this pitching matchup, you don't have a whole lot of margin for error, and you don't want to give a team an extra base, an extra out, an extra anything. And BJ right here just gets caught on the second hop, anticipating that ball coming up a little bit too quick. You know, if you remember the game that Shields lost 1-0 to Sabathia, it was started by a BJ Upton error. He came in, made a nice catch on Jorge Posada, and tried to double off Robinson Cano at first base. It was the right idea, but the throw got airmailed into the Rays dugout. He ends up on third, and then Shields would end up throwing him home on the pickoff play. Went bad.
Russell Martin, and the pitch to him is a strike. The 0-1, big cut and a miss. Martin out in front of the change, and it's a 2-strike count now.
Well, good change up here by Shields. Good view of this, how that ball's got that sideways, backwards rotation. That's what gives it its finish down in the zone. Shopping down there ready to block if need be.
Well, that's great use of the box ball right there on that 2-strike changeup. 1-2 the count now.
And that's a changeup right there that Shopping did have to block. That's the thing with that pitch. You got to understand, Shields is trying to strike a guy out with it. 2 strikes on the hitter.
It's so comforting for a pitcher like Shields to have Shopping back there and do that kind of work. Fly ball driven into center field. Upton is back for this one and makes the catch. No runs, 1 hit, a man left. Difference in the game so far is Evan Longoria, and he's going to lead off the bottom of the 4th. 1-0 Rays. Front. It's a 1-0 ball game. Let's get the answer to our AT&T trivia question. BA, since 1974, which right-hander has had the most pickoffs in a single season? Time's up. It's Charlie Huff, 16 in 1988 with the Texas Rangers.
Oh, you didn't let me give my answer, which was, who cares?
Look at this list.
Well, I care if the third guy gets up there.
Well, there you are. He's got to have something to shoot for.
It's true. Look at Charlie Huff on that list twice.
Yeah. But who cares if he's on there twice? Here's Evan Longoria.
Well, you got a bad attitude tonight. It's hard to listen to you in between innings.
Evan, and the pitch is too low. 1 ball and no strikes. At least it's between innings. Upton next, and then Ruggiano. All right, there'll be a meeting. There's a little tap foul. Well, maybe it's going to stay fair. Hits the bag. That's a fair ball. And Longoria has himself a base hit. Well, a home run and that little base hit that rolled right up the third base line and stayed fair.
We're talking about a contrast. He goes into the seats and then barely dribbles a ball where Eduardo Nunez just going to let it go. And you see that right off of third base. The obligatory "that was fair" sign. Attention to detail, and the Rays with the leadoff man aboard here looking to extend their one-run lead.
And here is B.J. Upton, who has had some big hits off CC Sabathia in his career. Takes a pitch for a strike. Upton went after the first pitch in the first inning and hit a line drive to Swisher in right. BJ came into the game 11 of 33 lifetime against Sabathia. Boy, against this guy, that's outstanding, with a couple home runs. It's foul the other way, out of play. A 2-strike count. Rays scored their run in the first when Longoria hit a 1-1 pitch into the seats and left. He fouls the fastball. A little something extra on that one from Sabathia.
Well, because he was trying to go up in the strike zone, and that can be an unnerving pitch for a pitcher. You're taught all through your career, you want to pitch down in the zone, down in the zone, down in the zone. Then when you want to elevate on purpose, that could be a pitch that's a little uncomfortable. So yeah, you will try to juice up on it.
Chopper by the mound is second. Cano steps on the bag and throws to first, and they get the double play. 4-3. Now the 0-2 pitch chopped toward the middle. Cano plenty of time to get over there and start the double play.
Well, BJ, again, they want that ball up. Not quite there. Trying to get it up the middle, but Yankee defense was pinching him up the middle, and Cano makes a pretty easy play.
Justin Ruggiano. Fastball is in, strike one. Justin getting the start against CC Sabathia. He taps it back to the mound. Sabathia makes the play. No runs, a hit, double play, and nobody left. We're headed into the fifth, and the Rays lead 1-0. Time to take a look at the upcoming Rays schedule, brought to you by Just for Men Hair Color. Rays hit the road following this game tonight. Move into Kansas City tomorrow night. We'll be with you at 8 o'clock. First of a 3-game series there, then out to Oakland and up to Seattle, back home on the 2nd of August against the Blue Jays. As we look forward to the upcoming Rays schedule, you can live forward with Just for Men Hair Color. Wade Davis, he'll be starting that series in Kansas City. The Rays seriously talking about a 6-man rotation for a while. Nunez bunting foul. First pitch of the inning, strike one.
Well, they definitely have 6 quality starters. So you add Wade Davis to that mix to go along with Cobb and Hellickson, Neiman, Price, Shields.
Yeah, the Rays will have Davis, Neiman, and Cobb scheduled to pitch in the Kansas City series. 1-1.
And if everybody's on board with it, you can make that work, because there really isn't much of a drop-off, 1 through 6. And they're all, on any given night, can go out and take over and dominate a ball game.
Fly ball lifted toward right center. Luciano is there. Nunez is the first out in the 5th.
And what that else would do is it would keep these guys fresh. They'd get every turn, they'd get an extra day, no matter, have to see how long they're going to go with it. But you start saving some innings here and there, and then you get to that late August, September, where you really need a run, and these guys are going to be good to go. And
yeah, the Rays are mindful of. That's one of the reasons that they let Hellickson go so many days between starts. They had the opportunity to bump him because of the rain out, and so they're mindful of the innings buildup of these young pitchers. I mean, Hellickson especially in his rookie year. 1 strike to count to Dickerson.
Well, it's nice to even have that option, to be able to consider that in the midst of a pennant race, trying to get back into a division race. Where winning is of the utmost importance, to even throwing that out there. Most teams have, a couple of starters, always looking for more starting pitching. The Rays are saying, we know we're right in the middle of this thing, and we may just go with a 6-man, and it wouldn't be a bad idea, because they're all good.
It's a ball and 2 strikes. Well, the Rays will consistently be in a position where they're going to have to think outside the box a little bit, and that's one way that they're doing it. 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Dickerson out on strikes for the 2nd out.
Boy, watch this pitch right here. This is a changeup that he strikes out Chris Dickerson on. 2-2 count. Look how long it stays in the strike zone. Okay, that looks like a fastball at the knees. Oh, now it's gone. Change of speed and that late action down. That's what's so impressive about Shields' changeup, and to an extent Alex Cobb, when he throws his, they can throw it out over the plate because they know that that sink is going to take it out of the zone down.
Shields now with 149 strikeouts. First pitch is a strike to Brett Gardner. There's a bunt attempt. Shields bare hand pickup and a wide flip. Backed up by Rodriguez. And Gardner is aboard on the bunt. Well, a tough play with Gardner's speed.
Gardner showed he wanted to do this in his first at bat. He keeps this one fair. And Shields, no time to really set his feet, so he's just got to turn and flip it. Gardner's got the good speed, and you saw the momentum headed towards first base. There it is. Wide wide throw, but that's just about all you could have done.
Well, it brings up Jeter. Jeter has walked and grounded out. And very close over there with Gardner back in.
FYI to all teams, he's got a good move. Look at that. Look at that. It's so quick. You know, his hand is already up. His hand is already up by his ear. So he can just hop off the mound and get rid of that ball so quickly. Boy, that was close over there.
Jeter takes the ball. Yeah, how close was that? I mean, he was just barely safe. Let's take a look at that. Hey, he might have been out. Look at that on the freeze. Wow.
It could have been just very close to the elbow.
It's a foul ball.
We would need another angle to confirm.
That's right, because this is not, even though HD is great, it is still not a 3-dimension medium. It's only a 2-dimension medium.
Yes, and that was not conclusive.
That's right.
I rest my case.
1 ball, 1 strike. 3Ds just around the corner, though. Ball and strikes the count as Jeter fouls it back.
Imagine what that's going to be like when they do 3D move shots in 3D and start with the finger.
People will be ducking.
Let me tell you something. Exactly. That's going to be good times.
Yeah.
I'll double barrel.
Falling off the sofa. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Over to first again, and a big swipe there by Kochman. These have been close.
Yes, that one very close. Casey Kochman getting that glove down quick. And he got in there. And not much of a lead either, and actually a little bit of a lean back towards first base, and he's still making it close.
Yeah, this is kind of fun now. You've got Gardner, who's been so good in the stolen base department. And Shields just as good as you're going to get.
Well, Shields sees right there Brett Gardner taking the lead with both hands on his knees. Sometimes you can get caught right there. Now you see him take the hand off.
And a swing and a miss. Jeter out in front, strikes out. And we go to the bottom of the 5th, and it's 1-0 Tampa Bay. We thought from the pair of aces out there, James Shields and CC Sabathia. Shields has gone through 5, allowing no runs, 3 hits, and picking up 5 strikeouts. The only run, the home run off the bat of Evan Longoria. That came with 2 outs in the first, and since then, Sabathia has settled in and is pitching his game. The Rays lead 1-0 as they come in to hit in the bottom of the 5th inning. Kelly Shopik's going to lead off here in the home half of the 5th. Shopik, Kochman, and they'll be followed by Elliott Johnson. There's the CC Sabathia. He goes for the first pitch, a fastball, and pops it foul. Out of play. Strike one. Shopik came in hitting .263 lifetime in 19 at bats off Sabathia. And a fly ball to center his first time.
Boy, that was a tough pitch there. The slider by Sabathia. He starts that ball middle of the plate and breaks it right to the corner. Watch this. Not much you can do with this. Close to the plate, high hands by Shopik. Oof.
Sabathia has been pretty true to what he's done recently with a fastball slider heavy on those two pitches and then the occasional off speed. And he strikes out Kelly Shopik here to begin the 5th for the Rays.
Well, that's a tough at bat. 3 extreme pitches there by Sabathia, and he gets the quick strikeout. Well, this is just a reminder to look for the Miller Lite Taste Greatness moment later in tonight's game. Doubling up.
And not a, I'm going to say not a drop spill, but just a little there. Still working on it. You won't let that get away.
Party foul.
Casey Kochman fouls that pitch. Strike one. Casey out pitcher first, his first time. This one down and away. We've talked all year about the Rays offense at home and how it compares to what they've done on the road. Almost a 2-run differential there favoring the offense on the road. But that hasn't made a lot of difference to Casey Kochman. He came into the game hitting .336 at home and .338 on the road. Aside from him, though, you look at some of the other bats. There are 4 or 5 significant bats with quite a swing home and away in favor of hitting on the road. Zobrist is like that. Longoria is like that. Upton is like that. But not Kochman. He's out on strikes. Slider. So back-to-back strikeouts by Sabathia in the bottom of the 5th.
Well, slide into Tropicana Field on Saturday, August the 6th, when the Rays take on the A's. The Rays Summer Concert Series presented by Hess Express continues when the Goo Goo Dolls perform hits such as Iris and Name. Visit RaysBaseball.com to get your tickets right now. Goo Goo Dolls. You know.
Pitch outside to Elliott Johnson. 1 ball, no strikes. It'll be another good time.
Yeah. They've put on some epic performances in their career. I mean,
1-1. Epic. Capital E. Two balls and a strike to count to Johnson. Rays have had a couple other base runners besides the home run by Longoria. No walks, just 2 singles. Counts 3-1. Johnson ahead in the count. And a foul ball on a fastball, 3-1 fastball. And Johnson tried to gear up for that fastball and fouled it straight back. Foul ball keeps the at bat going on the off-speed pitch. There's that changeup that you see occasionally from him, and he's had a good changeup for a long time.
Well, he's able to maintain arm speed. I mean, we talk about it. In fact, we beat it to death. In fact, I'm tired of saying it, but that really is the whole key to that pitch. Is it should look exactly like the four-seam fastball that he missed with right there for ball 4.
That's the first walk of the night given up by Sabathia. Give Johnson a little credit battling through that at bat, drawing the walk.
Yeah, because these at bats off Sabathia not easy. That's the first 2 hitters in this inning, Shopik and Kochman. Elliot Johnson battles, and who knows, this could turn into something for the Rays. The 2-out walk, little lapse of concentration, a good at bat by Elliot Johnson, and now you got Super Sam.
Sam went out pitcher first, his first time. There's the strike. First, and Johnson is back in. Elliot Johnson making the start at short has drawn the base on balls. Cole takes one away. A fastball off the plate. It's 1-1. CC Sabathia, 31 years old today. Ball fouls this one back. So the ball and 2 strikes. Johnson hitting third. Foley's going to wave him around. Bold heads for third. Throw to the plate. Too late. Triple for Bold. And the Rays lead 2-0. Well, the 2-out walk to Johnson leads to a run. And Sam Bold lines a triple into the right field corner. 2-0 Tampa Bay.
Well, now I don't feel so bad for introducing him as Super Sam, because that was outstanding. Little hanger right here. The stayed on the inner half. Sam Folt gets the head out. Gets this ball down into the corner. 2 outs. Elliot Johnson is hustling. Good secondary lead. He's going on contact. He comes around to score, and the Rays take a 2-0 lead. And, of course, Sam is going to low fly into third.
Now here's Ben Zobrist swinging and missing on a changeup. Boy, he was looking for that fastball, and Sabathia gave him the change, had him out in front. So the Rays make it a 2-run ball game. Well, that at bat by Johnson with 2 outs to draw the walk key in front of the triple by Fold. And a tap foul. He stays with the off speed stuff. A slider, so a change up and a slider, and the count is 0-2. Game like this, every at bat counts, and Johnson certainly made that the case. scoring then on that big triple by Sam Fold. And Zobrist is out on strikes, another slider. So Sabathia stayed away from the fastball and strikes him out. But the Rays pick up a run on a walk to Johnson and a triple by Wool. Through 5, 2-0 Tampa Bay.
Bottom of the 5th, take a 2-0 lead. And if Rays pitchers strike out 10 batters in a home game, you can take your ticket stub to Eddie Cain's Furniture Store and get a coupon for a free Papa John's pizza. Plus, while you're there, you can sign up for a chance to meet one of your favorite Rays players. Cain's quality so good, it's guaranteed at least until the end of this game, more than likely for life.
And the Rays lead this game 2-0 as we move into the 6th. First pitch from Shields to Mark Teixeira. James throws him a strike. Teixeira 0 for 2. Out front. 0-2. Ball, 2 strikes. Rodriguez in shallow right field out of the shift. Pitch just missed wide. 2-2. Look at how close this was.
Tried that backdoor cutter and just didn't cut enough.
The ground ball over the mound and up the middle. Elliott Johnson on the first base side is second, makes that play. 1 out in the 6th inning. It's been a while since we've heard from Todd. How are you?
I'm great, Dwayne. How are you doing?
Well, that's a given. That's a constant state.
He's giddy.
TK is great.
He's giddy.
I'm going to be very serious right here, BA, because Sunday is the premiere of Inside the Rays, James Shields. But it's not just about what he does on the field. It's also what he does off the field, the charity events that he's a part of, and the Big Game James Club that he supports along with his wife Ryan. So check it out. The premiere is Sunday, Inside the Rays, James Shields, right after our Rays Live postgame show in Kansas City. Gentlemen.
Thank you very much. Good heads up. Robinson Cano takes a curveball and it's outside. 1 ball and no strikes.
They do a nice job on those Inside the Rays.
They do.
They really do.
They have great production values.
Yep.
And great topics.
And I'm not being funny. I'm not trying to be facetious.
I can tell by the look on your face.
Yes. They really are good.
balls, no strikes to count. Shields gave up a couple of base runners in the first. Pitch away, and now he's behind 3-0. One out, base is empty. Cano at the plate. And there's ball 4. One out pass. Cano's on for the second time. Kelly Shopping will have a little get together with Shields before they work to Nick Swisher. The Yankees have had base runners on in every inning except the third, when Shields got Gardner, Jeter, and Teixeira 1, 2, 3. Yankees tonight have 3 hits and now 3 walks. Nick Swisher about to step in. That's a strike. Curveball. Ground ball to first. Kotsman steps on the bag, and now they're going to get Cano in a rundown, and Kotsman winds up tagging him for the double play. That's a 3-6-3 double play. And the Yankees are finished in the 6th. Kotsman with a good throw and then the put out on the tag. Your local Southern Ford dealers, and by Subway. Eat fresh. Two nothing. We head into the bottom half of the 6th. The Rays got a run in the first on a home run from Evan Longoria. Sam Fuld tripled home the other run in the 5th. Here in the 6th inning, it'll be Sean Rodriguez, Evan Longoria, and B.J. Upton. CC Sabathia on the mound tonight for the Yankees. And the first pitch. That's a strike call.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny stuff.
Rodriguez with a fly ball to center. And a ball to right. I don't know what you're talking about. The pitch has popped up. It's a foul ball, and Teixeira makes the catch. Evan Longoria will be the hitter now. Longoria with a home run and a single tonight. That base hit was a little roller right up the third base line that hit the bag following his first inning home run. Pitch down and in. Here's another look at that 1-1 pitch he drove out.
That curveball, no break, stayed up, stayed flat. Longoria deposited it.
Outside, 2 balls, no strikes. It's wide. 3-0. Great pitching matchups these two guys, Sabathia and Shields, have had. And there's ball 4 outside, so he stayed away from Longoria with a fastball and walks him. So Evan goes to first as B.J. Upton prepares to hit. Shields and Sabathia hooked up in that 1-0 game won by New York at Yankee Stadium the day before the All-Star break, and now this one, and the Rays have a 2-0 lead. BJ's line to right, grounded into a double play. And a strike forward in there. Strike 1.
BJ trying to leave right there. Ball out of the hand. He sees fastball. It was the slider. You see the swing. Well, he's trying to launch there. That ball just darting underneath the bat. That late movement. Both of these pitchers have shown good late movement on their breaking balls, except for the curveball hung to Longoria.
And a foul ball. He got just a little piece. He comes back with that fastball at 95, and he got just a little bit of it to stay alive. It's down. 1 ball, 2 strikes. First, Longoria back in there. One away. Now the count is 2-2. Sabathia made 21 pitches in the 5th. That's big news tonight because all the other innings he'd gone 9 pitches, 16 in the 3rd, 8 pitches in the 4th, and then 21. And a ground ball to 3rd. Nunez to 2nd. Cano to 1st. 5-4-3. The double play off the bat of Upton for the 2nd time tonight. That ends it. We're through 6 tonight, and the Rays lead 2-0.
Miss Friday Fest presented by Captain Morgan on August the 5th when the Rays host the A's. The first 10,000 women, that's women only, receive a collectible Rays t-shirt presented by the St. Petersburg Times. And then let the Go-Go's take you on a vacation after the game, after they perform major hits like We Got the Beat, Dwayne. We Got the Beat. It's one of my favorites growing up.
It's when, August 5th?
Yeah, Friday, August the 5th.
Okay.
Friday Fest.
Yeah.
T-shirts, women only. Very important.
On to the 7th we go. 2-0. Rays lead.
All the breaks. T-shirts, no cover charge.
Yep. That's the way it is. Posada sends a fly ball back to left. Gold is there and makes the grab. So Posada out number 1. We're 1 pitch into the 7th. Russell Martin, the New York catcher, is on his way to the plate. Ducking that curveball that stayed up there a little bit. It didn't break a lot, but then it did break late. And let's see how close this came to actually being a strike. He ducked that pitch, and technically that, according to Foxtrack, that caught enough that you could have called that a strike.
Well, Russell Martin is standing right on top of the plate. Look how close to the plate he is. Now, this ball out of the hand looks like a four-seam fastball coming up at your shoulders. There's another good one right there. Shields is starting that pitch in off the plate, and it's hard for Russell Martin to keep that front side in there and stay disciplined to be on that pitch. The spin is so tight.
Oh, strike 3 call. So Martin not happy. He leaves, caught looking.
Now that's one of those at-bats where you shouldn't be happy with yourself because these are all strikes. And here's the changeup. Not the good finishing changeup like we normally see. This ball, you got a little bit of a beef up in the zone, but I think that's right at the top of the strike zone. You see where it's at across the letters on the step. Close enough.
2 gone. Pitch to Eduardo Nunez is down. 1 ball and no strikes. Two and nothing. And the pitch missed. Now it's 3-0 to Nunez. But Chris Dickerson is scheduled to hit next, but Curtis Granderson is already out near the on-deck circle. There's a strike. 3-1. Granderson. Ground ball headed toward the middle. Base hit into center. So Nunez puts it into play. So a base hit. Granderson will pinch hit. Let's go to Todd quickly. Todd?
Yeah, after David Price hit Granderson in the back last night, he tried to loosen up a little bit underneath in the batting cages today, and Joe Girardi just didn't want to take a chance tonight with him in the starting lineup. Plus, he's played back-to-back series on the turf, guys.
And he will pinch hit here with a runner at first and 2 outs. Granderson having an outstanding year for New York. Granderson is 3 for 37 lifetime against Shields with 12 strikeouts. Over to first, close again. Nunez back in. Ed Hickox, the umpire over there.
Boy, very close. You combine the mechanics of James Shields on the throw over, but Casey Kochman's also got a quick glove. He's able to get that tag there.
ball to start. Granderson is in for a strike. Each team with 4 hits. Granderson took that pitch. That was another breaking ball and didn't miss by much. Shields a little over 100 pitches here as he works in the 7th. Fly ball into left. Gold is there, and he's got it. So the changeup gets the fly ball. 7th inning stretch, and the Rays lead 2-0. On to the bottom half of the 7th inning. The Rays have a 2-0 lead. Scored a run in the 1st inning on the home run by Longoria. And Sam Folds triple chased home Elliott Johnson with a run in the 5th. And here's Rusciano to open it. Cut and miss. Strike 1. Got the changeup in around 86, looking for the fastball around 94. Gardner moves over to play left, and Granderson stays in to play center field. There's the fastball up, and it's fouled back. 0-2. Ball, 2 strikes. Kelly Shoppach will be next, and then Casey Kotchman. Foul outside of third. Ruggiano caught looking at a fastball.
Well, get exclusive deals and coupons delivered right to your phone with the free TampaBay.com/things-to-do iPhone app powered by the St. Petersburg Times. It's available now at the iTunes App Store.
5 strikeouts tonight for Sabathia. Kelly Shoppach, one of those. He got him on a slider and a swing and a miss in the 5th. The Rays scored a run, and Sabathia struck out the side around a walk and a triple. Strike 1 on the foul ball. Bottom of the 7th. Sabathia. The 0-1 pitch. The tapper roller third base side. That ball is going to stay fair. How about that? Second time tonight the Rays get a base hit on a ball right up the third base line. The one by Longoria in the 4th and one by Shoppach here in the 7th inning.
Yeah, enjoy a laugh out of that. Kelly Shoppach, look at this right off the end of the bat. I mean, this was almost a carbon copy of Evan Longoria. Nunez, he really doesn't have a play. Tell you what, that is tremendous manicuring of the infield by the grounds crew here at Tropicana Field, and Kelly Shoppach loving it.
Infield hit. It's Casey Kotchman. Pitch is a strike. Strike the count. Casey Kotchman. Casey looking for his first hit. He's 0 for 2. And there's one just outside the bag at third, foul. 2 strikes. Brandon Gomes up in the Rays bullpen. Shoppach at first. By the way, that was his first infield hit of the year. New cleats on the shoes. Infield hit.
How about that?
Ooh, and Kotchman checked. Well, that fastball was just a bit out of the strike zone, and Casey glad that it was.
Yeah, well, the problem now is he's more than likely going to come back with that hard slider. He struck him on that out on that earlier in the game. You get a change of hitter's eye level, try to get him to chase the fastball up, and if not, maybe come back with that slider and see if he'll go after that.
And it's down and away, and Casey identified it early.
Yep.
2-2.
That was the key. That pitch, you want to keep it in the strike zone as long as you can. Late break out of the zone. That one, a ball out of the hand, and like you said, Casey Kotchman able to recognize that quite quickly and lay off.
And now ball 3. So the count is full. The Rays have worked some better at bats tonight. I mean, against this guy, it's tough. But they have 5 hits, a couple of infield hits. They've taken advantage of a couple opportunities. Kotchman lifts it foul. That's going to slice out of play. Will force another 3-2 pitch. I mean, the Rays tonight are up against a guy. Well, the Yankees are up against a guy. Really, both these pitchers on top of their games. But Sabathia with 14 wins, and he has won in convincing fashion. He had not given up a home run since the 19th of June. Runner goes, and the pitch is fouled back. So Shopik was off and running on that 3-2 pitch. The 3-2 again, and a foul ball. Kochman battling up there. Giano was called out on strikes, and Shopik got the infield hit. Kochman extending this at bat. It's an 8-pitch at bat to this point. Strike 3 call. Kochman thought the pitch was down. His immediate reaction was not good.
No, but I think that was a good pitch actually by Sabathia, right at the bottom of the zone. It's a fastball. Yeah, I mean, that don't always agree with Fox Tracks, but that would look like a good pitch. It definitely caught a lot of plate. You see it crosses both knees. I mean, this is a good pitch. You got to have that.
So 2 outs, and here's Elliott Johnson. Pitch away. Well, that was an intense matchup between Sabathia and Kochman right there, and it ended on that pitch at the knees. That was really, I think, for Kochman, a result of being involved in that at bat at the moment, as much as it was where he thought maybe that was a ball. It was a great at bat, and it was a strike. One and one. Two and one. Shopik still at first. And that caught the outside edge. 2-2.
Well, Sabathia doing a nice job here against Elliott Johnson of just keeping everything away. That ball very close. He gets the call.
Yep. 2-2. And a foul tip strikeout retires the side. So we're through 7. Great pitching duel tonight. Rays lead 2-0. Tropicana Field tonight, and for James Shields, another matchup here with CC Sabathia, and it has been every bit the duel we thought it might be.
Yeah, these guys have just been out there making very few mistakes. James Shields has been on top of his game, really good command of all of his pitches, just continues to attack. The card game is playing out exactly as we thought it would. Sabathia made a mistake to Evan Longoria. That cost him a solo home run. Able to tack on one more, and that's the ball game right now.
To the pitching lines there through 7. Very similar. Shields has made 104 pitches. Sabathia 96. And we go to the 8th inning with the top of the order coming up for New York. Gardner, Jeter, and Teixeira. Gardner bunted his way on in the 5th inning. Shields will want to keep the leadoff guy from reaching. The pitch misses. 1 ball, no strikes. Rays have 5 hits. The Yankees have 4. And the pitch is a strike to Gardner. Shields trying to find the winning side of the ledger for the first time since the 24th of June when he beat Houston 5-1. It's pretty close right there. And the count goes to 2-1. Shields pitching while McGee, the lefty, and Gomes, the right-hander, loosen in the bullpen. James has dropped games to Cincinnati, Minnesota, the Yankees, and Boston in this 4-game stretch. Now it's 3-1.
The Yankee lineup here getting their 4th look at James Shields in tonight's game. And this is a guy that you want to keep off first base. You do not want to allow the leadoff man on, especially when his last name is Gardner.
There's a strike. Count goes full.
And even though James Shields has a pretty good grasp of the running game of the Yankees, you still leadoff man on base. That greatly increases your chances of scoring.
The 3-2. Swing and a fly ball. Left center. Upton is there. 1 away.
Well, tonight's game is brought to you in part by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on your car insurance. Visit geico.com right now.
With 1 out in the 8th inning, Derek Jeter will be the hitter. Jeter has walked, has grounded out to second, and has struck out swinging. Shields right now has made 110 pitches. He made 126 pitches back on the 22nd of May. There's a shot into left center field to the deep part of the ballpark. Extra bases for Jeter. He'll stop after rounding second, and that's a 2-base hit for Derek Jeter. When Jeter collects his 14th double of the year, hit it to center field.
Well, Jeter goes out and gets this cutter. You see him leaning out over the plate. That's why he's able to get the barrel of the bat to the baseball, and he gets a pretty good carry on this thing. This ball just takes off right out into the corner. Rattles around. BJ gets it in quick, holds him to a double.
Now it's Mark Teixeira with a runner at second. Teixeira takes it too high. This is the first time the Yankees have had a runner in scoring position since the first inning when they left Teixeira at second and Cano at first. They stranded 2. Cut the miss. He was in front of the changeup. It's 1-1. A little tap foul again. The changeup. Jeter with the double, his 14th, but also career hit number 3010, which puts him in a tie now with Wade Boggs on the all-time list. And a pop-up left side. Longoria and Johnson. It's going to be Evan to make the catch. So Teixeira pops out, 2 gone.
Now that was a really nice sequence there by Shields, attacking Teixeira with the off-speed changeup. One after the other, big out, gets the easy infield pop-up.
Now Hickey's going to head to the mound. You know, they have Robinson Cano coming up. He has singled and walked, and in between grounded out to second. And Cano with a history of success against Shields, so it's really stacking up to be a big moment in this game. He's been absolutely the best New York hitter in their lineup against Shields. So it very well could come down to this at bat right here, with the Rays leading 2-0 in the 8th. Cano came into the game hitting .383, 18 out of 47 with 3 home runs. Right now 19 out of 50, hitting .380 lifetime against Shields. And here we are. First pitch and a swing and a miss on a curveball. Strike 1. Big cut by Cano.
Well, there's no secret to what Robinson Cano is trying to do. Here's that spike curveball, strike. Now it's not. Late movement and a big swing at Cano.
Cano granted time by Alfonso Marquez. Toward the corner. One hops the wall. That's going to score Jeter. Cano digs for second, and it's in there with a double. And now it's 2-1. Robinson Cano drives in the run. His 62nd run batted in. A curveball again. And this time Cano lines it toward the corner for 2 bases.
Well, there's been a lot of curveballs from Shields to Cano the last few at bats. And here, this one not quite down as much. Working down and in, Cano goes right down. You see the head and the swing. He's right on top of that baseball and just drills it out into the right field corner. And the Yankees have trimmed this lead in half.
So now with Nick Swisher due, that's going to be it for James Shields. Shields made 117 pitches and departs to a good hand. Call to the bullpen brought to you by Metro PCS. 17 pitches. He departs, allowing a run, responsible for Cano at second base. The double by Cano put the Yankees on the board for the first time. Brandon Gomes, the pitching move by Joe Madden, and he's on to face Nick Swisher.
Gomes on for the 14th time, no record. 12 strikeouts and 15 in the third innings of work. Need a big out here.
Swisher 0 for 3 tonight. And the pitch, a high fly ball. Center field. Upton is there. One pitch takes care of Swisher. Off speed pitch. We go to the bottom of the 8th. 2-1 Rays.
The Rays lead in half. It's now 2-1. Mosaic Company and the Rays are working together to end hunger through home runs for food. With each Rays home run, Mosaic donates $500 to Feeding America Tampa Bay. So far, $45,500 has been donated to this worthy organization.
CC Sabathia back to the hill. The Rays have Sam Fole, their number 9 hitter, to lead off. Then Zobrist and Rodriguez. 2-5-0 for the Rays. 1-6-0 for New York. Right now, the triple by Fole driving in Johnson in the 5th inning. The difference in this game. And a fastball to start the bottom of the 8th for a strike. 7 2/3 for Shields. 1 run, 6 hits. He struck out 6 and walked 3. Fole fouls one back. Out of play it goes. 0-2. Kyle Farnsworth now up in the Rays bullpen. The plate umpire making the call. Well, the last 4 outs have come on strikeouts.
Sam Fole gearing up, and that was a little bit too far.
Eight strikeouts on the night for Sabathia. And now it'll be Ben Zobrist. And as a base hit, that came in the 3rd off a fastball, and Sabathia struck him out in the 5th. Did not offer a fastball. This time a fastball to start him, but it's wide off the plate. And the slider and a changeup. Slider to get him in the 5th. And hits it on the ground to the shortstop Cheater. He throws him out. So a strikeout and a ground out. 2 up, 2 down for Sean Rodriguez. Rays hit the road. We'll be in Kansas City tomorrow night. We'll be with you at 8 o'clock on Sun Sports. The Rays open a 10-game road trip. It'll be hot in Kansas City. They're very hot in Kansas City. And a potential heat wave headed for Oakland as well. So we'll see. 1 strike the count on Sean Rodriguez. Like to get some cool weather in Oakland and Seattle. I'm not sure we will.
Well, not if I have anything to do with it.
This one is foul. Some like it hot. I guess you do. Oh, 2 the count here to Sean Rodriguez. It's 100 degrees in Kansas City today. It's never been 100 in Tampa, St. Pete, Clearwater. Never been 100 degrees here.
That's true.
That's true.
No, I'm asking.
Oh, it is true.
Really?
I wouldn't lie to you.
Well,
What? I'm kind of hurt
Much.
now. I'm hurt by
it's
that.
never been 100. Boy, and it flirts with it all the time.
You don't trust me.
Let's get back to the 100. 94, 95. It flirts with it every day.
Yeah, it's been 99, never 100.
Never 100. Wow. That is a trivia question. That should be the next trivia question. Better than pickoffs and righties and that nonsense.
It's a foul ball. Well, we don't tell a lot of people that because we just love it here. It's the best place in the world to live. You know, and remember we went to Baltimore. It was 105.
Yeah.
Oh, you brought some Tampa Bay weather with you.
Yeah.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, that's
It's never
right.
been 100.
Minus 10.
Tampa, St. Peter, Clearwater, anywhere around it.
Well, I'll say that I don't rent, if that means anything.
I know you don't. Way to go.
Yeah.
2 balls, 2 strikes to count here to Sean Rodriguez. We're in the bottom of the 8th. Last time these 2 pitchers squared off, it was 1-0 New York, the final. Rays lead 2-1. Sabathia's 2-2 pitch. And there's ball 3. That was close. Sabathia looking for strike 3 there.
Yeah, this was close, but in off. Sean Rodriguez recognizes there was nothing he could do with that pitch anyway, so take it. It is a ball.
3-2 is ball 4. So there's the walk to get Longoria to the plate. Rodriguez draws the base on balls. Number 3 issued on the night by Sabathia. And Evan Longoria tonight has homered, singled, and walked. So here's Evan with a runner on and 2 outs. Goes Rodriguez, and the throw to second is not in time. A stolen base by Sean Rodriguez, stealing his way into scoring position. The pitch, a ball to Longoria. The 6th stolen base of the year for Sean Rodriguez.
Now here's Russell Martin. He comes up firing. Throw down there, a little bit wide, and you see Cano has to field this ball. Watch this. Here, and then try to come back for the tag. Swipe misses. Rodriguez going towards that outer edge is able to get in there safely. That was close.
Well, now Larry Rothschild's on his way. Rothschild, the pitching coach, heads to the mound. The Rays have Longoria up here with a 1-0 count, and B.J. Upton on deck. Don't forget, you can experience a Rays game from the all-inclusive Whitney Bank Club, offering extraordinary seating and luxurious lounge and dining areas. It's the Whitney Bank Club, featuring upscale full menu buffets and inclusive drink options. Call 888-FAN-RAYS or go to RaysBaseball.com to purchase tickets or for more information. Corey Wade busy in the bullpen. They're going to now walk Longoria with Upton due up. So after the steal, Longoria will be given the intentional walk. And B.J. Upton, who's lined out and is grounded into 2 double plays tonight, will be coming up. But he has some lifetime pretty good numbers against Sabathia.
Yeah, I actually like this matchup here for the Rays. I mean, BJ has grounded in a couple double plays, but he's made solid contact off of Sabathia. Has some success.
Yeah,
career, a lot of at bats.
11 for 33.
Yeah,
in at 333.
Well, you would take that off Sabathia.
A couple of home runs in the mix.
You roll the dice here, but I'll tell you what, I don't feel badly about this at all.
Two men on with 2 men out in the bottom of the 8th. Rays trying to add to a 2-1 lead. BJ shoots a line drive into left, but it's going to be caught by Gardner. That ball started to knuckle on him out there, a fastball, and that retires the side. We go to the 9th, 2-1, Tampa Bay. Game, and we move into the 9th inning. Kyle Farnsworth, pitcher number 3, following James Shields and Brandon Gomes.
For the 43rd time, 3-1 record, 18 out of 21 in the save department, ERA under 2. Opponent's average in the low 200s, and he is charged with retiring the Yankees here in the 9th inning with a 1-run lead. It's as tight as they get.
Farnsworth pitched 2/3 of an inning Monday in this series. Going to face Jorge Posada. So Martin due next, and then Nunez. Posada from the left side and fouls away the first pitch. A fastball, strike 1. The Yankees' designated hitter is 0 for 2 lifetime with a walk against Farnsworth.
Boy, that was filthy. Ball just breaking down and in. Good velocity.
Gets him on strikes.
Now he took that one even further in. He gets ahead of him 0-2 on that slider down and in. That may have been the cutter that he just gets on top of. The velocity's so high. This one he just says, how far are you willing to go? I'll just take it in a little bit further, and he still gets the swing. Watch how much further in this is. There you go. Keep marching him off the plate. Nice job.
For a base hit. Martin on the first pitch is aboard. The Yankees have their 7th hit. It's going to get Nunez up there. 1 on, 1 out of the 9th. Shields pitched 7 2/3. Gomes a third. Over to first. Martin is back in. Farnsworth with 18 saves this year. He has not saved a game for Shields. Trying to do that for the first time here tonight. And a ground ball to third, foul. Strike 1.
Well, that's typically because Shields just does it himself.
Yeah, Shields started tonight's game leading the major leagues with 7 complete games. Martin at first. 1 strike the count on Nunez. Granderson is on deck. And a foul the other way. 0-2. It's Curtis Granderson. Rays scored a run in the first on Longoria's home run. Same full triple home Elliott Johnson in the 5th inning. New York got a run in the 8th when Cano doubled home Jeter. Two strikes the count. Nunez out on strikes, a fastball. Well, he went with the high heat there at 97 and threw it by him.
Well, he really got that good drop and drive. Fires this ball, keeps it up in the zone, great velocity, induces the swing.
2 outs. Well, Curtis Granderson will bat. Granderson came on to pinch hit in the 7th against Shields, against whom he had really struggled. 3 for 37, 3 for 38 against Shields. And he's 0 for 6 with 3 strikeouts against Farnsworth. And the pitch is upstairs. A fastball, 1 ball, no strikes. Over to first, and Martin is back in. Farnsworth trying to get the final out. So 1-run ball game. Again to first, and Martin is back.
You can see the Rays outfield playing deep. 2 outs here. Russell Martin will be off on contact. You want your defenders quick to the baseball.
Swing and a miss. 1-1.
Take a little off here. A little change-up action, 90 miles an hour, and you see that right off the end of the bat out in front. Curtis Granderson was.
Down to first on Martin. Rays had a couple men on in the bottom of the 8th, left them on as they made a bid to expand their lead. It's 1 here in the 9th. 1-1 pitch. There's a strike. That pitch broke in. And it's 1-2.
Yeah, just a small little slider here by Farnsworth. Like a little back door.
1-2 the count. Tap foul. Got a slider, and the count holds at a ball, 2 strikes.
And I tried the same pitch that he was able to strike out Jorge Posada on. And that one spoiled by Granderson.
Two outs with a runner aboard. 1-2 the count to Granderson. And he just got a piece of it to stay alive. He was just a little out in front.
Yeah, that was the changeup again, but this one catches a little bit more plate, and that allows Granderson to at least spoil that pitch. That one that was away, kind of tailing away, goes off the end of the bat. The one out over the plate, he's able to just nick.
A ball, 2 strikes. And a foul ball again. This one straight back. He challenged him. He fouled the fastball. That one came in around 97.
Well, Farnsworth throwing up everything here against Granderson. Finally comes with a fastball, and that was very dangerous. A lot of plate coverage, but the velocity, he's able to get away with it. Just a foul ball.
And move to first. Martin hits the deck. The 1-2. He got him. Swing and a miss. Shopping with a toss down to first. And it's all over. The Rays are winners. That pitch fighting down and in as Granderson strikes out. Farnsworth strikes out the side. And the Rays win this one 2-1. To earn a split in this 4-game series against New York. Shields will pick up the win. Sam Fuld tripled home Elliott Johnson in the 5th inning with what turned out to be the deciding run. And here's that strikeout pitch biting into the dirt.
And get the chase there by Granderson. Eager to swing, fouling off a lot of pitches. You get a guy in swing mode, then you take one out of the zone that he has no chance against, and you bait him, and he took it. Let's take a look at our Miller Lite Taste Greatness moment. And here it is. A couple of aces going to go at it tonight. The Miller Lite Taste Greatness moment was a series of them by James Shields and his performance. He really went out and in a big game for the Rays did a tremendous job. He had the fastball working, the curveball, of course the changeup. Just continues to go out, pitch very well. There's your Taste Greatness moment. Let's go down with Todd Kalas, who is with Evan Longoria.
BA, thank you. Longo, this one lived up to its billing with guys dealing back and forth. You were able to get one early off CC Sabathia, and that seemed to be big for this team.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you can get a run early against a pitcher like him, you know it's going to be back and forth the whole game. I mean, the way Shields has been throwing the ball, you know, the way that they threw the ball in New York the last time, we knew that it was going to come down to 1 or 2 runs, and you know, we were able to tack that other one on, which was huge. You know, a 2-0 game is a lot different than a 1-0 game.
You've hit a couple balls really well in this homestand, unfortunately to the deepest part of the field. You decided to go left field this time, huh?
Yeah, I mean, you know, again, when you can take advantage. I mean, it was a curveball, he left it up. You know, you can take advantage of those pitches against a guy who doesn't make very many mistakes. You know, it ends up being not really a difference in the game, but that one run, you know, ends up being the difference.
Yeah, and the reason being because you get another great performance out of James Shields. What can you say about this guy who really could have the similar record that CC Sabathia has coming in?
Yeah, I mean, you know, we really have the offense to blame. I mean, he's been pitching his tail off the whole year, and I mean, I'm just happy we were able to put a couple on the board and watch him do what he's been doing all year again.
When you think about where this team is now, you knew how important this homestand was. You didn't gain any ground, but you also didn't fall too far back. Huge to take this final one.
Yeah, I mean, again, you know, I think we played so well on the road and not so well at home. I mean, this homestand ended up being, you know, not what we wanted, but you know, like you said, we didn't lose any ground, and we're still pretty close to where we want to be.
How are you physically right now? It looks like you were at least running better during this homestand. Are you feeling the foot as much?
No, you know, we've been doing you know, just different course of treatments, and it seems to be working. So that's a great sign for me. I mean, it's been a struggle all year just to keep my body healthy, and so I don't have any excuses anymore. You know, I'm feeling good, and again, you know, just happy that we could get this one for James.
You reached base all 4 times. Congratulations, Longo. Thanks.
Thank you.
All right, Evan Longoria, guys, with a big night here. Back to you.
All right, Todd, thank you very much. Rays are winners 2-1. Shields now 9-8. The 19th save of the year for Kyle Farnsworth, and the Rays are winners tonight 2-1. We'll be back in just a moment.